Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Mayoral column, and today we're here in Wedderburn and we're at the location of the Wedderburn Pool. It is November, the sun is out, and that can only mean one thing: pool season is around the corner. And we're here today joined by Wendy Gladman, the Director of Community Wellbeing here at Loddon Shire, just to talk through a few procedures coming up to the pool season and what to expect over the pool season.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Councillor Straub. So pool's open this coming Saturday. So 2 o'clock on Saturday, all the gates will be open. All the preparation for the pools is on track for them all to be open. So we're really keen to see our pools up and running for the summer season. We are keeping a bit of an eye on the weather though. So our pools do open if the temperature is 25 and above. So we're just monitoring that. But the last report had Saturday at 27 degrees. So we're hoping that we're all on track for a pool opening on Saturday.
So that's looking good. The community, no doubt, are very excited about this coming pool season. One thing that I want to comment on though is visitation to our pools. They're a great community asset. They're a great place to cool off on those hot days that we expect over summer. They're a great place to connect with neighbours and other friends. So please engage and use your pools. They need use. And we really love to see the community enjoying these assets. Once again, this year, we're very fortunate to have the Inglewood District Bank contribute to gate fees again, Wendy?
Yes, that's correct. So the Inglewood District Bank are covering the full half-price memberships at Inglewood, Wedderburn and Midiamo. And this year, a new initiative, which is the Learn to Swim in Loddon, which is for children 5 to 12. There'll be a free Learn to Swim program. That'll be offered at those pools as well. So that's a great opportunity, and we're really grateful that the bank has come on board again. We had an 18% increase in our gate entry last year, and we believe that was predominantly based on that program that they offered, that sponsorship they offered last year. So really exciting summer ahead.
That's really good to hear, and no doubt, as past years, there'll be lots of community events too, like our cinema nights and things taking place at different pools across the Shire.
That's right. Our pool contractors, Belgravia, work through a program of things that they offer as well. So we're really looking forward to that. And the other things we are currently working on, programming, is the early morning swimming and some water aerobics as well. So we're looking at what we might be able to offer for those events throughout as well. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Wendy, for being with us today. There you go, Loddon residents. The pool season will be opening this Saturday. The forecast is for great sunny, warm weather. Please get out and enjoy your pools. We've got pools in Wedderburn, as we are here today, pools in Holt, Pyramid Hill, Inglewood and Midiamo. Please get out and enjoy the summer season and be safe. Thank you. I'm now joined by Councillor Gavan Holt, the Wedderburn Ward Councillor. Thanks for being with us today, Gavan, in your home patch. We're here at the Wedderburn Pool. We've just spoken to Wendy Gladman about the upcoming pool season. But Gavan, I'd like to just touch on a few other conversations council have been having, and I think it directly relates to infrastructure and future funding of pools in particular, but other infrastructure that Loddon has the responsibility of maintaining and keeping in great condition for community use. Would you like to comment on how you see the future finances of Loddon at this moment and what we might expect in future funding arrangements?
Thanks for that question, Mr. Mayor. Look, the Loddon Shire Council is in a very sound financial position. However, we are being advised that business as usual going forward, in other words, continuing to deliver the level of service that we currently deliver, is not sustainable. Now, the reason it's not sustainable is that our input costs are rising at a faster rate than our income. So we are going to need to have a conversation with our community as to how we should deal with that problem.
Yes, we definitely do. There is that overarching renewal gap that is growing, and a lot of that is due to the ability to raise revenue for one. We're capped in that respect to an extent. But as you've mentioned, the cost of doing anything at the moment, we've always done very well with a small budget. We've achieved a lot with small budgets to deliver for our community. But at this point in time, we really need to have those tough community community conversations about what the future of these assets look like.
If you are to look around the Loddon community, including our swimming pools, one of which we're standing at the moment, the quality of our community infrastructure for the budget we've got is absolutely outstanding. Our sporting facilities, our community hall facilities, our community open space facilities are in actually excellent condition. We will always be challenged by our road network because we simply have so many of them with a $10 million rate income, and that rate income is capped at CPI. Meanwhile, the cost of our services rises at a higher rate. So we will never ever fully satisfy the ratepayers and residents of Loddon around the condition of our roads. But the fact remains that we raise $10 million a year in rate revenue and spend $11 million on roads. So we are really resourcing those roads to the best of our ability. But by and large, our challenge is, yes, our challenge is to continue to maintain those community assets at a standard that the community finds acceptable.
That's right, and we always have great community input on these conversations. We've got Section 65 asset committees that deliver the maintenance of our community facilities, and we engage with our community regularly on all these conversations, and that'll continue as we move forward. There's a lot happening, as we've mentioned in previous mayoral videos around the Shire. It is great to be in Wedderburn. The sun's come out for us today, Gavan. Is there anything else in particular that's been happening here in Wedderburn you'd like to touch on while you've got the chance today?
I think the most exciting thing we're doing in Wedderburn, in conjunction with the Wedderburn Development Association / Community Plan Committee, is our Reef Street housing development. The community has very clearly identified that the biggest issue confronting us as a community is the lack of housing. You simply cannot rent a house in Wedderburn, and that's the case in many of our Loddon communities. And so we're going to try and do something. Not going to try, we're going to do something about that. We're going to develop the Wedderburn housing estate at zero cost to council to try and address our housing problem. We've just got a 90-place early years centre being built in Wedderburn to start next year. That will obviously have a large number of staff members. Those staff members want to nowhere for them. So to get the full benefit of that facility, we as a community need to be urgently addressing that problem.
That's very true, and this is something that we're tackling across other towns too, but it's really great to see this community really drive that project, and I know there's been a lot of involvement from the community with the guidance of yourself over many years. It's really good to see that project to the stage it is now. You know, it's probably been 20 years in the making. And we've got similar issues in other towns around the Shire, and we're looking at what best options we can provide from council's point of view. As mentioned, a really good example of the community involvement in the Wedderburn projects. Also wanted to touch on today just a little bit of a different aspect. We have a very big, strong agricultural industry across Loddon. That is our dominant industry. 70% of Loddon is made up of agriculture, and sometimes it's very worthwhile acknowledging and giving some recognition to some great businesses, farming businesses through Loddon. And last week we seen two great farming businesses in the northern Bridgewater area receive some very prestigious recognition through winning the Blue Ribbon Award at the recent Bendigo Crossbred ewe sale. Now, I want to give a shout out to Mayoral and Rodney Broom from Bridgewater, who received the recommendation and won the Blue Ribbon Award for Best Presented Crossbred ewe at the Bendigo sale. Likewise, David and Sue Collins too, who also received a Blue Ribbon Award. Also, one of our Loddon farmers, Linda Cartwright and her family, received top price for the sale. $480 for crossbred ewes is a record in Bendigo, and really a great recognition of some top quality farming enterprises across Loddon. We wish them all the best, we congratulate them, and we congratulate all the dedication and support from our agricultural industries right across the Loddon Shire. That's it today here in Wedderburn. We'll see you next week for another mayoral update. Thank you.